Hi guys, Dylan here from Concrete Facelift. I'm quickly going to show you how to use our 480 satellite grinder. Single phase 10 amp machine, so just plug straight into your standard wall. It's important to run this on its own circuit, so you'll generally have your grinder and your vacuum. Make sure that this is plugged into one power point on its own circuit, and the vacuum is plugged into another power point on its own circuit. When they're running together, generally they can draw too much power and usually trip the power just because of the current draw. To change from tooling position to operating position, you just pull that down slightly. These two pins will pull out and the handle will drop. Bring that back and that will just click into place. Change diamonds or to install diamonds on this machine, you have these pins, these magnetic pins that go into these anodized inserts. So it's really straightforward. That pin goes into there and that pops into there. That's it. These will sit a little bit loosely just so it can follow the undulations in the floor. When you want to change the disc, you simply just grab behind there, pull it out and change over your discs. Now to install the plugs, what you have to do is you have to remove these inserts. So that whole insert. Now to do that, we're going to take a hammer, hit this black plate with that heavy side of the hammer. So a couple of good solid hits. Well, that's worked straight away, and that will fall out. So that just by hitting that black plate, it just rattles the plate and allows that to just fall out. That will then take its place. You put that in there. And a few light taps with the hammer. That's it. Now it's important to make sure that these are removed and then these just take their place. Don't try and install these there and have these still there, because what will happen, these will fall out and you'll grind them flat. So to remove these, again, light tap there with the hammer, light tap there with the hammer. And to put this back in, which is the anodized insert, a few taps in place, and that's it. The next thing to be aware of is you have the ability to add head weight or actually remove head weight using these two black weights. You can either put these on the head. You can put them on the axle, which is where they normally belong for storage. Then the other option is you can put the weight on this blade here. And what that does, that actually takes weight off of the head from the floor. So if you've got a really soft floor and the grinder is overloading, it's usually because there's too much head weight. So you want to try and remove head weight, maybe go to a harder style diamond. If you're finding productivity has just slowed, you stop the machine. See this grey box here? At the bottom of this grey box, there's actually a switch. You can flick that switch, and what that does, that makes the grinding head spin in the other direction. So let's say it's spinning clockwise at the moment. If you stop grinding, flick that switch, it will then spin counterclockwise. And what will happen, it will help open up the diamonds. So they'll get burred on one edge after grinding for say 20 minutes. Stop grinding, flick the switch, and then you'll find the diamonds will just open up, and that can help with productivity. Another important function of this machine is you can actually adjust the angle of the head. So what you want to do, you want to put your right hand here and your left hand here, pull that out, and then just by pulling up or down your left hand, you can adjust the angle of the machine. Ideally, you want the bubble right in the center or just slightly forward. Which it is there. That way you know that the machine is level. Okay guys, now that we've got the machine plugged in, I'll give you a quick rundown. So obviously stop and start. In terms of the the screen. So this gives you a bit of an idea of what's happening with the machine whilst you're grinding. So we've got ampage current draw, we've got a voltmeter, and we've also got the current hours. Now when you do start grinding, you'll also get a load. So that will tell you how much load that the machine is under whilst you're grinding. Anywhere between say 80% and 120% is a good range. It means that the machine is working effectively. Ideally you want it around that 100 mark. Less than 80%, I suggest putting the weights on the head of the machine and maybe moving to a softer, more aggressive diamond. If the load is actually above 120, 130 and above that, then I would suggest you actually take weight off the head of the machine and potentially move over to a harder diamond.